guys, the Curious Owl here, and today I have my August unhaul. So yes, I am doing another unhaul video. I have more books that I'm going to be getting rid of off of my shelves, and I will show you guys what I have done in terms of progress with my bookshelf. Alright, so you see this shelf here and this shelf. This one here is the last bookshelf space I have for my books. So I have unhauled so much in the last 2 months that I have basically uncovered at least half of one of these squares. So I have room for more books, but I've unhauled so much that I actually have space on my shelves now, which is a huge thing. I have not had that happen in a very, very long time. So with that being said, all of these books that are going to be talked about in this video that I am unhauling are going to all be placed on my Pangobooks, which I will leave in the description for you guys. It will be linked at the very bottom of the description from here because of the fact that it's one of my personal links that you guys can go use. But yeah, all of these will be listed on there. I have sold actually quite a few of the books so far. I think I've sold probably about 15 books since my last unhaul, which is really nice. I still have a ton to go through though. And I think I'm deciding that once the unhaul videos come out, if I don't sell the books I've unhauled, or at the very least have some books wishlisted by, you know, a month since those listings went out, I am going to just take the books that have not been wishlisted or anything and take them to my independent bookstore back in my hometown, because I know they will take a good chunk of these, and then any that they will not take, I will just basically donate to a Goodwill or Salvation Army or something along those lines. I don't particularly like either of those. I prefer to go with a place called Volunteers of America, if any of you are familiar with that. But either way, they will be donated. And I might see if I can find a little library if I can as well, especially for some of the fiction ones that will not be taken. But with that being said, we're gonna go through the books that I'm deciding to unhaul this month, and I will keep authors and series as close together as I possibly can. First one here that I have in front of me is my copy of Artemis, Fowl by Colfer. This was a huge favorite of mine from when I was a kid, but I just don't think I'm ever gonna go back to read this. I have not really any interest in continuing with the series because I remember getting to, like, I think book 3 when I was a kid. I just don't really have any interest in continuing with it anymore. I have Nightshade by Amanda Cramer. I got this remembering that it was a favorite for a lot of YA paranormal readers, but I am no longer interested. Don't think I'm ever gonna pick it up. Red Leaf by Crystal Smith. I have crossed the second book in the Match series by Ali Condi. I do still have the first book on my Kindle, but I'm not interested in continuing with the series anymore. And this next one is being unhauled purely because I accidentally bought 2 copies, not because of anything other than that. I just hate having duplicates on my shelves, and so I have to get rid of one of the copies. So hopefully this one will sell to somebody, or at the very least maybe one of my friends who is a Critical Role fan will enjoy this. But this is The Mighty Nine Origins of Caleb Windegast. It's a graphic novel about the origin story, in a sense, of one of the characters from the Mighty Nine Critical Role D&D campaign. So if any of my friends that are D&D people and Critical Role people would like this, send me a message, let me know, and I would love to get this shipped out to you, because I want this one specifically to go home to somebody that is going to actually want to read it. I have Suicide Notes from Beautiful Girls and Wherever Nina Lies by Lynn Weingarten. I have some Mary Higgins Clark books here. I have Nighttime is My Time. I've got My Eyes on You. I Heard That Song Before I Say Goodbye, and All by Myself Alone. I have Eden by Candace Fox. I have the first 2 books in the Chronicles of Vladimir Todd series by Helen Brewer, 8th grade Bites and 9th grade Sucks. Perfect Girl by Jilly Macmillan. I have a short story collection called Grimm. This was edited by Christine Johnson and has a ton of authors in here, including Ellen Hopkins, Julie Kagawa, Amanda Hawking, Claudia Gray, Rachel Hawkins, Kimberly Durding, Myra McIntyre, Melinda Lowe, Sarah Reese Brennan, Jackson Pierce, Christine Johnson, Jerry Smith Reddy, Sean David Hutchinson, Sandra Mitchell, Sonia Gensler, Tessa Grattan, and John Scovrin. This is basically a collection of retellings of Grimm fairy tales. I just don't really want this anymore. I read through the entire collection years and years ago when this first came out, but I just don't have any use for it anymore. I'm not going to really go back to it, I think. Next, I have Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. I also have No Easy Target by Iris Johansson. Diary of a Haunting by M. Verano. And I have a copy of Sky in the Deep by Adrienne Young. Nightmares by Jason Segel and Kirsten Miller. Song of the Sparrow by Lisa Ann Sandel. Fat Tuesday by Sandra Brown. Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven. Life and Exploded Diagram by Mal Pete. This is a library-bound copy, so it's got like a shiny, you know, thing to it, and it's got like a little tag thing at the back because I bought this at a library book sale several years ago. Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell. Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. Breaking Bailey by Anonymous. Every Last Word by Tamara Ireland Stone. Map for Wrecked Girls by Jessica Taylor. Ink by Amanda Sun. I have 3 books in the Charlie Bone series by Jenny Nimmo, or as I like to call the ripoff of HP. But I have Charlie Bone and the Time Twister, Midnight for Charlie Bone, and Charlie Bone and the Invisible Boy. All of these will be sold together. Series will be sold always together on my Pangobooks. I have several Sue Grafton books that I started to collect for no real reason other than I was, along with collecting Mary Higgins Clark, thinking I was going to do a whole reading series with them, but I no longer care. But I have I is for Innocent, L is for Lawless, M is for Malice, and P is for Peril. Again, these will all be sold together because they're all part of the same series. I have Where'd You Go, Bernadette by Maria Semple, Grim Lovelies by Megan Shepherd, Bring Me Back by B.A. Paris, and I have kind of a nonfiction, but it's basically a guide of Augustus Caesar's world from 44 BC to 14 AD by Genevieve Foster. I think this is basically supposed to be like a lot of images and understanding of the Roman world around Caesar's time. I don't even remember why I got this. I think it might have been to understand the world where like some of the myths came from, but I don't even think it's really about that, so this is my kind of weird obscure one, if you will. But those are all the books I am going to be unhauling here in August. Like I said, it's probably somewhere between 20 to 30 books. Let me actually count that for you real quick. 43! That's actually a lot more than I was expecting. They're deceptively as a lot because of the fact that like you look at all these stacks and you don't think that that could possibly be 43 books, but it's 43 books. So wow, that's on top of everything I've already unhauled. I probably have unhauled maybe at least 150 books. I don't know. I'd have to do the math. I'd have to go back on my last unhaul videos from July and count that along with these. I would not be surprised if I'd be closing in even on 200 books unhauled total, because I got rid of a lot in July. If you'd like to purchase these yourselves, like I said, my Pangobooks will be linked down below, and it will always be in my description for those of you that would like to maybe see what I have selling. Like I said, once the last batch, the July ones, have been up for a couple more days, I think the ones that at least have not been wishlisted will be taken to my hometown used bookstore, and I'm going to sell as much as I can there. And if I can't sell certain ones, I will just go donate them to a you know, Volunteers of America or something like that, and maybe even a little library if I can find something. But then these ones that I've talked about in this video will be up until the end of September, so if you would like to get these ones, I would highly suggest you do so quickly. And again, same rules apply. If they get wishlisted, I will hold on to them until somebody buys them, and then otherwise at the end of September, if these books do not get bought, they will be just donated essentially. If you guys did enjoy this video, please do give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already and you'd like to be and would like to see more content like this, go ahead and hit that button down below and subscribe to become an owlet in our flock. And I will see all of you guys in my next video. Bye guys.